Alright guys, so here's the weekly recap. Um, I want to start off with two trades that I'm not counting on the weekly recap because they weren't setups; they were complete boredom trades. And I wanted to make it at the beginning of the video so that I kind of call myself out so that hopefully I don't do this stuff anymore. But so today I got bored, and I took I guess a little scalp. I was looking for this move. I did want it to hit down here, but I kind of like smacked myself back to reality and was like, dude, this is a horrible habit that you're getting yourself into. Like, you want to be a full-time trader, then you need to trade, not gamble, which is exactly what this is. I mean, it's not exactly what this is, but it's making bad habits. Like I was the trade was on the backside, so like, you know, at least I knew that, and plus it had this huge move down all day, uh downtrending, and so I just I took a little short, looking for the final target, and that's wrong. I shorted right in here. I got busy at work. I had to go to do a delivery, and so the thing that I'm most ashamed about is that I was going to put in a range order to cover at the high of this and look for a final cover down here. And the whole time I was thinking about how much money I was going to bank if it hit the final target. I wasn't looking at, oh hey, how would you like to end your small green day red because you're being an idiot. And so that's why I'm adding this to the video. And another reason that I'm doing this is because yesterday I did the same thing on IMMP. It was on my watch. Um, I did have locates to short it, but I was looking for a pop above here, and it fell. And at the open, it did, but like it didn't fell very far. Like it wouldn't have hit my first target, so this would have been a break even trade. I didn't take this. I was talking to another guy. Um, that's in my group that I would have loved to take this short right here, um, but it's outside of my playbook, so I didn't take it. Um, and I should have just had discipline and stuck to it, and I didn't, and so I'm calling myself out. I don't have the chart. I don't have the chart on either one of them. I'm just kind of going off of like memory, but I'm pretty sure I took the short like somewhere right around here because I did draw this in yesterday. So I'm assuming this is where I was looking at. I shorted like right in here. I remember like it found some support on Bookmap. I covered. When it popped above the 90 MA, I covered again. Like I said, this isn't one of the things I was trying to add to my weekly recap, but it's something I need to stick in my head because the whole basically the exact same thing could have happened today because I was like, oh, this is on backside. Like I'll just take a nice simple short here and I'll let it hit the final target and I'll make bank. Well, luckily I covered right here because this thing just ripped and man, this would have just killed me because yesterday I had the biggest win of my career and this literally would have taken all my profits away and just killed me. So I got lucky, and so I want to call myself out, and hopefully, you know, me putting it out here and being ashamed of this will hopefully stop me from having this. So, anyways, after I wasted, probably like 5 minutes on this rant of mine, I started off the week with actually the biggest loss of my entire career on ONCT. Let's see. Let's go down history road. So, I really screwed up on this one because this is actually technically supposed to be a long. I was supposed to be shorting, pop and fails. Like, I don't want to get into too much details, but like, uh, it was outside of my play. Anyways, this is a long. Uh, I didn't listen to the experienced people or my coach, and I learned a very valuable lesson. I shorted here, shorted here, covered break even. This right here must have just like fed into my ego because after this happened, I was like, oh, I can't be wrong. I'm never wrong. Um, so I took this short and I let it run too far against me, and well, this thing killed me. So I started off the week horribly, and then then I had a very small win on CGIX. So this thing popped up here. I shorted, I covered, which was perfect. I shorted again. It went against me. I covered break even. When it popped down here, it fell VWAP. I shorted, covered, and then covered just in the money. Popped up here. I shorted again. I covered, and then I should have just been done from here. Then I shorted, covered, shorted, and covered. Luckily, it worked out for me, but I mean, still, I don't want to take this many trades. I'll get into that here in a little bit. But then I had another small win on CNET, which I think honestly this is kind of where me breaking the rules kind of started. So I had this short, which is on the front side, which is not good. I shorted, I covered for a loss. I shorted the fail. I covered break even. I shorted again, covered. This is also front side, which is not good. Then I shorted here. I covered. Actually, I do remember this. I was super pissed because I shorted right here. I got a really bad fill. I was like, man, I feel like this is the start of the backside. Got a little trend line break going. I was like, man, it just seems a lot more weak. So I shorted right here. I got filled down here. The thing had like one little last push, hit my stop loss, and then it dropped, and I was pissed. Well, then I came back after lunch and started doing a bunch of stupid stuff, and short right here. Let's see, where did I cover at? So I shorted right here. No, I shorted right here. I covered right here. I covered all. I shorted up here again. I covered, and I think that was that it. Yeah, that was it. So I think that this is kind of where I started getting the bad habit of, oh, well, it worked out this time. Let's just keep doing it. So then I went to Zekin, which this thing was perfect. This is the biggest trade of my entire career, and I was super happy. So this thing popped up here. I saw it stalling out. There's a little. I got Bookmap, by the way, and there's a heat wave on Bookmap for those of you that actually are watching this and know what bookmap is. It's a heat map up here, and so I shorted right here, risking like 2 cents. This thing dropped, covered. I wanted to cover partial down here. I'm not complaining about it, but that was the plan. But once it hit 140, this thing just dropped, and I covered all down here, and I was happy as hell. But then that's also the same day that I was messing around on IMMP. So I mean, I almost just took this entire win away, which this trade right here made me end the week green, by the way. So this is my second green week, which makes me super happy. This, along with my small wins on CNET and CGIX, took away my biggest loss of my career on ONCT, which is awesome. But anyways, IMP shouldn't have happened, and FRSX shouldn't have happened either. Then today, I traded PEI, and this is actually a pretty good trade too. So, I got a little anxious. I shorted here, front side again. I covered when it broke VWAP, and then I just kind of chilled out for a second. This thing was popping up here, and honestly, I was really nervous taking this because my coach was talking about how this is a long, and that I should have been looking for a long, but I saw it just stalling out, and there was some resistance above, and it just the volume just started dying down, and so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take this short, risking just above. Took the short, it dropped, I covered, and I was happy with that, but it's also not the game plan. I should have been covering another portion down here. I should have had a small cut here, or a small portion here, a bigger portion here, and then the final portion down here, and I would have had a bigger win. But then I almost gave it all away on FRSX again, and after doing this recap, I kind of think that I can understand what my mentor's goal is. So I ended the week was I think it was last week. I had my first green week ever, and so I had a little pizza party, which is kind of like the small cap rooms thing. There, everyone's always talking about pizza money and all this kind of stuff, and so I was super excited that I finally got to be like, hey guys, I got pizza money too, finally, and so I was super excited. But right now, it's not about making money. I'm trading extremely small size, and so yesterday was a one-on-one that I got to have with the whole class, and so my next time I get a size up is going to be after I get 10 consecutive wins, 10 perfect trades. So like say I got 8 perfect trades, and then I take something stupid like this, I got to start all over again. I'm going to start at 0 out of 10 all over again. So then I'd have 1 out of 10 for this one. But I have to have 10 straight good trades, and I get size up. And I think that what it's supposed to teach me is I need to be selective. I need to not have this kind of stupid stuff, because I'm not super selective, and I'm still being a dumb rookie right now, and which I don't think is a huge. It is a problem, but where I am in my career, it's gonna happen, and so I think that it's, hey, if you want to be successful, you really want this, then okay, cool, prove it. Be very selective, and only trade the absolute perfect setups. And I mean, I had this talk with him in the class yesterday, and then today, I broke the rules, and uh, you know, I don't know how many of you know that I'm a kickboxer, but it actually really kind of clicked with a drill that my coach had me do yesterday, where it doesn't seem very hard, but like it's rounds where you get 15 seconds. You have to stick to a plan and do boxing combinations or your whatever combo you want for 15 seconds. It sounds super simple, and then you move around the bag, and then when the bell rings, you go back to it. But I think the idea behind it is you maintaining focus and you sticking to a plan no matter what. No matter, like, your mind will be like, oh, you should do this or you should do that, adding or you know trying something fancy. And it's like, man, you don't need to do anything fancy. You just need to do the same damn thing over and over and over and be disciplined enough to follow your plan, follow your strategy, and don't get out of your lane. And yesterday I was doing really well in kickboxing, and honestly, I messed up on the very last 15 seconds. I messed up, and I had like a little hiccup, and I was just like, ah, shit. Like, I got 70 fights, and I messed up on the very last one, and I was just kind of like smacked in the face a little bit, and I was ashamed. But now, like, going through this, now I'm looking at it, I'm like, I had this talk with him yesterday, and I already lost focus. So, I think that I need to find the same focus I have and the same confidence in kickboxing, but I trust the strategies in the fights. Like when I go to a fight, if I follow the game plan and I follow the strategy, I either just win and look like a rock star, or I get a knockout, or something awesome happens. If I don't follow the game plan, then it's either like a very sloppy win or I lose on points. And so I think it's the same thing that goes with stocks. Like if I can follow the strategies and do the stuff that I know what to do, uh, I'll have what I want. But if I can't follow the strategies, then I'm going to keep finding the same thing that I found in my earlier career in kickboxing, where I would have a couple of hot streaks. I'd win a new title or whatever, and then I'd have like, you know, I hit, this rut that I couldn't get out of, and I could never figure it out. But it was me losing focus or losing motivation or whatever you want to call it. But so for me, that this is going to be the biggest step, is for me trying to, no matter what, I'm following my plan. I'm sticking to it, and so hopefully next week when I do my recap, you guys will be like, wow, maybe I only had one trade next week, but it's beautiful and perfect. And then that's 1 out of 10. And I really want to get to 10 out of 10, because if I get to 10 out of 10, from what he was telling me, like I get a trade with the size that I wanted, that was like the main goal for the year program of mentoring. I'm only 3 months in. So like, but I also, when he's told me this yesterday, I was like, oh, 10 trades. Like, that's going to be easy. I mean, that's not going to be easy at all, especially not for me. It's going to be extremely difficult. And so I think my first step is I need to break it down. I need to just try to get to, 5 wins. That's my next goal. Like, instead of looking at a big picture, I need to break it down and not put so much pressure on myself, and be very selective. Like, try to get to 5 wins, and then after I get to 5 wins, then then I start bumping up to just focus on getting to 8 wins. I get to 8 wins, and then be extremely selective with those last two. So, anyways, I hope if somebody is watching, if you have the same thing, you're not the only person that's kind of dealing with these kind of emotions and everything. So that's another part of like what these weekly recaps are. It's not just for me, where I get to have it like basically a journal where I get to go back and rewatch all this stuff. But hopefully somebody else out there that's, trying to be a trader and is going through all the mental aspects of trading, gets some value out of this. So anyways, have a good one.